There he is. See how well this thing handles a chop. Not bad at all. Alright, what do I got here? Another snooky. Guys, just being able to work this mangrove line right now without worrying about blowing backwards or having to reposition myself is just, it's insane. It's just, like, I don't know what to do with my hands anymore, guys. I just don't know what to do with my hands anymore. They're just here. Oh my gosh, I love this thing already. What's up, guys? Chris from One More Cast. So as you guys can see, I'm moving hands free. I'm very excited to announce that I have officially upgraded kayaks. This is the maiden voyage of my new 2025 Hobie Compass 12-foot kayak. It's got the 180, the Mirage 180 drive in it, so I go forward and backwards. First impressions on it, you know, I've been on one before when I fished with Eloy from Southwest Jupiter's Kayak Fishing. I'll put a link of his YouTube in the description. When I went out with him, I was actually on a Compass, and it took me a little bit to get used to it, but when about halfway through the trip, I kind of got it down pretty good. And I went with the fin drive over a PDL because of the fact of I fish some pretty shallow water. You guys see that? And the PDLs, in order to fish shallow water, you kind of gotta pull the whole drive out whenever you get to a certain depth. Whereas with this, you can actually push one pedal all the way forward, and the fins essentially come up against the hull, the bottom of the hull. I don't plan on taking it that shallow to where the fins are scraping though. I'm definitely not going to push it as shallow as I did my other kayak, just because sometimes there's no reason to. But I'm very happy with this purchase. Stability feels pretty stable, you know. My other one felt a little bit more stable, but the other one said it had a 500-pound capacity. This one has a 400-pound, so it's a 100-pound capacity difference. My other one, my old kayak, is also 13 feet. This is 12 feet. So it's a smaller boat. I did lose storage. So if you, behind me, you're gonna see my dry bag, you know. A lot of my others tackle, I'm gonna have to keep in my crate now instead of in the front hatch like I used to. My bow cooler fits perfect there. But yeah, so far, you know, I really do like it. You know, Rich is supposed to be meeting me out here today, and he's gonna join me out here later on. I got here a little bit earlier, but yeah, I'm excited for the maiden voyage of this new kayak. There's a lot of modifications I can do to it that I'm eventually gonna do over time, but so far I'm real happy with it. Just being out here for a little bit of time I've been out here, it's definitely gonna get used to the pedaling. You know, I played baseball, I was a catcher for a very long time, so you know, my knees are definitely not the best, but that's another reason I went with the fin drive over the PDL. The PDL is more of a bicycle, whereas this is more of a back and forth. This one actually doesn't hurt my knees as bad as the PDL does. So, but I'm sure over time that I'll get used to it. But I see some fish moving around. Hopefully we can break this thing in with a slam. Hopefully my first fish is not a catfish in this thing. I'm gonna go ahead, get out of here, get to fishing. Super excited for this upgrade. I've been wanting it for a long time, and finally, you know, my fiance's like, babe, just go get it. You know, that last trip, I went really far in my other kayak, and that crack opened back up again through the JB weld and everything. So, I mean, she told me, just go do it. So I went ahead and I did it. So, really excited for this. So far, I mean, this is so simple. I mean, just getting out here, it's so much more simple so far. There's no water coming in my boat from the paddle. You know, normally I got water splashing into my coffee from the paddle, but no, nothing. So I'm gonna get out here, throw some top water. I'm still doing the Salt Strong challenge, so I still have all my Salt Strong stuff tied on, just because, you know, I wanted to do a 2-day challenge, so I'm gonna continue doing the Salt Strong challenge. So I'm gonna go ahead, get out of here, and try to get some fish. I'll see you guys soon. You know, definitely a shout out to everyone down in Matlacha, 100%. You know, Eloy, Elon, Shannon, you know, Justin. I'll tag all of their YouTube channels down in the description, because, you know, between them four, I got a lot of info about the Hobies and stuff like that, you know. So definitely a huge shout out to all of them, because they have made this purchase so much easier for me, like as far as information and stuff. There he is. Little snook. Oh shoot, I forgot. I've got reverse now. I'm trying. Ooh. I don't think it's gonna be too hard doing this. It's gonna be hard getting used to is, oh yes. Oh, it's not a bad snook, guys, for my first snook in the boat. Nice. Awesome. That's awesome. So I'm still gonna have to tweak a little bit of things with where I have my rod holder placement and stuff like that. I don't have as much room down here in the deck now, I've noticed, so it's awesome. All right, guys. Oh, easy, bud. There we go. Get you free from the net. All right, about 24 inches, 23 inches, somewhere in there. Get the hook out. There we go. First fish in the new yak right there. Looks a little lethargic, but so Shannon, all of them said you gotta get some fish slime on there, so we're gonna rub you. They said rub them against your kayak, so we're gonna rub you. There you go. Break in a new kayak right there. All right, thank you, buddy, for being my first fish in my new kayak. Thank you so much. There you go. All right, so first fish on the top water now. Super excited to get out here for that top water bite. I really wanted to break this guy in because I'm doing this Salt Strong challenge. You know what I'm probably gonna do is eventually I'm gonna do a NLBN challenge. I'm also gonna do a Wise Guys challenge. So I'm gonna buy like 4 different Wise Guy baits, only fish with Wise Guys baits. I knew there was gonna be a fish sitting over there. We're gonna make a cross though. We're gonna go over here, try to find some redfish or something. I don't know where Rich is. I got a radio. I left him the other one. So guys, this is so nice. So nice. I can just be like, I don't know what to do with my hands anymore, guys. I just don't know what to do with my hands anymore. They're just here. Oh my gosh, I love this thing already. So while I'm working my way over here, so I got seagrass green. So the 2 colors I was actually looking at was they have like this battleship gray color, which is a plain gray, or they had this seagrass green, and I was actually debating between those 2 colors. I actually like the seagrass green a lot. You know, you'd look at my kayak and think my favorite color is green, but my favorite color is actually blue. But I got the seagrass green for a couple reasons. Last time I went out, I was crossing that channel and I almost had a boat. He was coming right at me. I kind of had to wave my paddle and he finally turned. I wanted something with some good visibility on it. So that's why I went with the seagrass green, because it's very bright, some really good visibility, and it matches all my stuff I already have. green net, you know, green measuring board. It just matches everything I already have. And there's Salty Rich over there. Finally got the motor mounted?
Yeah.
Nice.
Looks like a sweet ride there.
Dude, it is night and day. Let me tell you what. Like, it felt more wobbly than my other one, but when I stood up in it, I could actually stand up in this thing while waves are coming at me.
Nice.
Like, it's night and day. Like, being able to fish and paddle, it's awesome, dude. It's awesome. I love it. I'm very happy with it.
Dig the color. You were hard to see though, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see you coming up this line for a long time.
I blended in with the mangroves, bud.
Yeah.
I need to be seen in the open water, but blend in with the mangroves. See how well this thing handles a chop. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Actually handled it a lot better than I thought it would. It feels like it. All right, what do I got here? Another snooky. Ooh. Yeah, got another snooky. Oh, there he goes. Hook came out. Guys, just being able to work this mangrove line right now without worrying about blowing backwards or having to reposition myself is just, it's insane. I'm gonna be able to cover so much more ground. I'm not talking about like distance wise, like in the kayak, but castability. Like, I'm able to cover so much ground with my lures, because now instead of only being able to hit like 3 spots on this spot right here, on this side right here, I'm able to fish this whole mangrove line. Like, it's completely insane. All right, got myself a trout. Nice. Oh, hang on, bud, hang on. I wet my hands, hang on. Did not expect you to fall like that. All right, all right. There he goes. Gosh. Even though, you know, when you're in a new kayak, you still got to figure out stuff, you know. That was awesome still though. I got a trout. So I got 2/3 of my slam already. I mean, so far it's been a great morning. Got 2 snook, 1 trout. All I need is a red. Yeah, nice fat red. Might even bring it home. Oh, I let go. I don't understand these hooks. These hooks are really irritating me. I had the same issue when I went fishing with them last trip. It's like I can't get a hook set with these hooks. You know, I'll split between the Compass and the Passport, and the only real difference that I noticed between the two was the drive. Like, I feel like the Passport may have had a little bit more room inside it. So I feel like the Passport had a little bit more room inside of it, but this one, it felt like almost sitting in mine. It felt like sitting in my kayak, and I was really comfortable with my kayak. So that's why I went ahead and went with the Compass. And this has reverse, you know. Reverse isn't a huge deal, but there's a lot of times I wish I had to reverse. So that's another reason I went with the Compass. I wanted to get the 180 drive. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fish the rest of this little line. I would not have been able to fish any of this going against the wind. I would not have been able to make this many casts against this island right here. So I'm very happy, very, very happy with my choice. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Jumping like a big snook. And this is why I got reversed now, guys. Oh my gosh, having reverse is awesome. Oh my gosh. Look at this, guys. Another beautiful snook. Another beautiful snook right here, guys. He just threw the hook. Oh, look at it. Wow. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Wow. That's why I like the reverse. Because in my other kayak, with the wind blowing me, with him pulling me, I would have been in the mangroves in seconds. Oh, man. I probably wanted to make that cast. Alright, hooked up. And it's another trout. Yep. Get your hands wet. Oh, the little guy. Alright. Right there, another little trout. Oh, man. Sometimes getting these hooks out, it's really hard. Oh, easy, buddy. Alright, little trout right there. There you go. Dude on my boat. Come on, man. Why are you making my new boat nasty? Alright. Just trolling now, guys. Trolling's so much easier now. Everything's just so much easier now. Got another one. Another one. Another one right there. Right there. Another beautiful trout. And now look. Now look, guys. Don't do that. Alright, now look. Just redirect myself. Right here, just like that. Boom. I can fix my lure and I can pedal. So I don't know if I ever mentioned this in any of my other videos, but me and my best friend Manny went and got those kayaks together. You know, I went and got mine then. You know, he ended up going and getting his. You know, we wanted to come up with some names. I told him, you know, I really like the name Jane, so I named mine Jane. And he's like, well, you know what, I was actually gonna call mine Mary. So both of our boats, you know, together, it was Mary Jane. That was the name of our boats. So I was texting him the other day and he's like, oh man, no more Mary Jane. And I'm like, nah, name this one Jane 2.0. You know, Jane got me out here and got me on a lot of fish. Jane 2.0 is gonna be something different. So the only thing different, honestly, about this boat is I wish that there was like something right here where this cup holder is to stop it from falling. That's how my coffee spilled. There's nothing there, so a fish came up and just knocked it over. So I wish it was kind of enclosed, or there's like a bungee I could put around it. I'm sure I can figure something out. I'll figure somewhere else to put these so I have an actual cup holder again. I'll probably do that. It's more, you know, reasonable as finding something to do with my Pro Cures. Maybe get a box for underneath my hatch. Actually, I got a box, so I could actually, yeah, put them in a box and put them underneath my seat. I can access my seat from underneath here. Don't have much room up front, but you know, it's really the only thing that I don't like about it so far is just the cup holder and how it's designed. I actually feel like there's more. I feel like I got more leg room, honestly. This actually feels like a little bit bigger of a cockpit. I feel like I can stretch out more. I'm drifting back. I was gonna go that way more, but there's a lot of boats going that way, and seeing a bunch of mullets schooling over here. Got one bite, but it was a pufferfish, took my tail. Rich went out pretty deep. I'm just gonna start drifting back. I'm gonna hit a few spots back that way. But so far, guys, I love this thing. I really do. Got hit by a pufferfish again. This is getting annoying. Get a new bait. All right, Rich is hooked up.
Right at me.
Is that a snook?
Little trout. He's decent.
He's jump out the water like a snook.
Alright. Pushing hard out here trying to get something.
All right, Rich has got himself a nice trout over there. There you go. It was like 15 and a half?
16 and a half.
Nice.
Your lucky day though, buddy.
Alright. Got us on a nice little trout bite over here. All the ones I've caught today haven't been slot. I've been catching a bunch of smaller ones. Alright. It's right in the roof of his mouth. These pliers on. Let's see. Alright. There we go. Swimming at me. Or it might just be a red that is starting to figure out that he's hooked. I think it's a trout though. Yeah. Nice trout. Damn. Big ass trout. Oh shit. Dude, he was flashing me like crazy. Rich has got a nice fish on. It's almost fighting like a red. Or it could be another big trout. I thought mine was a red for a minute. Another big trout. Yeah, that's another big trout. Got another trout. Yep. Another little trout. Alright, right there, little guy. Got another little trout. That's tiny. Skipping them across the water. Tiny guy. Bunch of small fish. But I caught a lot of fish today so far. That one I just caught was probably like 8 inches.
Yeah, that's kind of like
Got a little trout. I seen a tarpon earlier jumping. Oh, come on, bud. Stop, 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 stop. Get your hands wet. Holy crap, this thing's fat. This thing is chunky, dude. Pliers. Alright. Alright, right there. Yo, he's got a belly on him. Look at that thing. He's been eating. Thanks for that. Man, these. Is that my red? Oh, man. A snook? It seemed nice. Seemed like a nice one.
I guess I was still recording when you
At least,
flashed for a good.
yeah, I guess I got that one I got that on video. Turn out of this so I don't blow it up. Trying to get out of here. Rich hooked into something really nice that got off though. Let's see. There we go, little guy. Look at that snapper. Rich done got himself a snapper. Hoping he'd pop. Oh, he's right here. He just swam underneath me. Oh, right there. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's in the video. Leaving Super Day now. Got me and my fiance a piece of cheesecake, and I also got a couple slices of pizza. I'm pretty hungry right now. But if you guys are ever this way, stop by Super Day. You will not be disappointed. Their desserts are great. You know, their lunch items are great, and if you're here early, their breakfast items are also really good. You know, they make really good sausage gravy. But yeah, if you're ever this way, stop into Super Day, guys. It's everything they make there is great. I've never had bad food from Super Day. But it was a great day out there, guys. I mean, I caught quite a bit of fish. I didn't get my slam. I was really hoping to get out there and get my slam first time out on my new kayak, but it was just amazing. I mean, with how windy it was today too. It wasn't even supposed to be that windy, but it was really windy. You guys probably hear it in the video. It's really windy out there. And for me just to pedal along a mangrove line and just cast up and down it was great. I did way more actual fishing today than I've done like in a really long time in my paddle. I think the only time I'm able to fish that much is when I'm wading, and I don't have to worry about it. I didn't even think about wading today. I mean, am I still gonna wade fish? Of course, I love wade fishing, but I mean, I'm not gonna have to do it nearly as much as I normally do, and that's awesome. Sometimes it's nice to stay, you know, up in the air and have that, you know, have the visibility from being up higher than just walking in the water. You can see more. It's stable. You know, I actually took some waves head on purpose just to see how well it handled those waves. I mean, it was just an all-around great experience for my first day out on my new kayak. It's bittersweet that my old kayak is kind of done for. I'm sure I'm gonna be able to do a little plastic weld and make it, you know, water worthy here and there, but for as much as I'm in it, there's no way. There's no way. Every time I go out, it's just gonna keep reopening. But I'm gonna hang on to it, keep it for maybe my fiance or the two boys if they want to take it out one day. If it's just me and one of them, then they'll be able to take that one out. But I think I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm not just gonna scrap it yet. Like I said though, bittersweet. It's my very first kayak I ever owned. It was a used kayak. I got it off Facebook Marketplace, and it just opened up a world of completely different type of fishing for me. You know, growing up, I fished piers. You know, I did some wade fishing. I fished a lot of bridges, stuff like that. Then I got a boat, and that opened up to flats fishing. You know, whenever I got my boat, that's when I really fell in love with inshore flats fishing. You know, shallow water fishing, and I loved it. Then I sold the boat, started doing some more pier fishing and land-based fishing, and finally I'm just like, I need to get back out on the flats. Honestly, that kayak has turned me into probably the best angler I've ever been at in my point of my life. You know, even when I had a boat, I could find fish and I could fish, but this kayak made me dissect small areas because I could only go so far. Whereas with a boat, if there's no fish, oh, I'm gonna jump and move 3 miles. You don't do that in a kayak. You jump and you move, you know, hundreds of yards at that point. You're not moving miles at a time. So that paddle kayak that I had, that drift bone fishing that I have, it really made me learn how to dissect a flat, and that made me into a much better angler. This kayak that I have now, this Hobie Compass, this kayak opens up the door for so much more. I can go further. I can fish different. I can fish on windy days. I don't have to worry about if I'm going to get blown into an island or not. Having this kayak is going to make me a much better angler than I am now. And I can't wait to see where this kayak takes me. You know, I had a bunch of ideas for this summer to go do new things, and I knew I was going to be a little limited on days, but with this thing right here, there's no limits. The only thing keeping me out of the water now is lightning. That's about it. But it's my brand new 2025 Hobie Compass with a 180 Mirage drive. I love it. I'm so happy with it. I wish I would have switched sooner, but another, shout out, thank you to my fiance for completely 100% supporting me. She supports me making videos. She supports me out fishing, 2, sometimes 3 days a week. I mean, she's never complaining to me about fishing. If I ever want to go get lures, she never nags at me. I've been around people and they're like, yeah, well, let me get permission from my wife. I don't have to do that. Out of courtesy, I let her know, like, hey, do you mind if I go fishing? I don't have to ask her, but I do it out of courtesy. She'll tell me, like, why do you even ask? But, she's definitely got my back 100%, and I'm just so thankful to her, just for understanding the passion I have for fishing, and the passion that our boys have for fishing. But yeah, great day, great first trip. I got out there with Rich, Salty Rich. Had a great time out there with him as always. His day started out a little bit rough, but he started getting into them. That wind was just it was really windy out there, guys. Really windy, and it may not seem like it because the way I was just easily just pedaling through the wind. It was very windy, and it was tough conditions out there. But he was able to get some fish on the board, so I'm happy for him. He was out in his new kayak also, and he absolutely loves that kayak. He had his trolling motor mounted now, so he's able to kind of keep up with me now. Before I would have to try to keep up with him, and now he put his trolling motor on max, and I kind of took off, and I just kind of like passed him. Like, that's how fast I can move this thing. So glad to get out there and fish with him. Don't forget, guys, just go check out his channel. Eloy, Elon, Shannon, Justin, all of their channels. I'm going to put every single one of their channels down in the description. Every single one of them has had a part in my YouTube career so far. So all of them have helped me. If I ever text Shannon, he texts me back with great info. Same with Justin, Elon, and then Eloy. I mean, I literally called Eloy on my way down to pick up this kayak just to get some last minute information from him. So, thank you to all you guys down at Lachey. Thanks to Rich, for fishing with me so much. I'm super excited to see where this kayak takes me. And don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification down at the bottom so you know if I want to post a new video. And remember, guys, it's always time for one more cast. I'll see you later.